Overseas PAM supporter outraged over plans by Prime Minster Harris to disenfranchise voters. Basseterre, St. Kitts, April 29, 2018, a well-known staunch supporter of the People's Action Movement, PAM, and the Timothy Harris-led Team Unity government, has accused her leaders of lying and slammed Dr. Harris for throwing them under the bus in his heartless effort to stop Kittitians and Nevisians who reside overseas from voting in upcoming federal elections. She has accused Dr. Harris and his CCM/PLP/PAM coalition of dumping their voters who reside overseas, favoring the Hispanic community for political patriotism, and confirmed that Team Unity brought in their supporters by the plane loads to vote in the 2015 general elections. When they, Team Unity, think they are trying to disenfranchise the overseas voters, and the policy right now is we do not need them, overseas voters, anymore. We know, Harris, is focusing on the Hispanic community. They are focusing on them now. They do not need us over here anymore, she wailed. In a telephone call to the government-owned and politically operated ZIZ radio on Friday afternoon, the U.S.-based caller openly accused the PLP/CCM/PAM ministers and politicians of being crooks and liars in their diabolical plot to disenfranchise nationals who are on the voters' register and who live overseas. It is what it is, Mr. Knightle. I am tired of crooked, lying, Team Unity, politicians who fool people when it is convenient to them. I am sick and tired of it. It is time for them to be honest, she said, asking the host to be honest because the Team Unity paid to bring in plane loads of their supporters from overseas to vote on February 16, 2015. We have a new government in office. Ask them who paid for the plane loads with their supporters to vote for them in the last elections. Let them be honest. Let them be honest with you instead of going around and around. I am sick of lying politicians, and you, Knightle, needs to be fair and be just, she said passionately. She said she has listened to the comments and statements made by the PAM leader Sean Richards, PLP leader Timothy Harris, and PAM chairman, Jonal Powell, that Kittitians and Nevisians already registered and living overseas should be removed from the list and not be allowed to vote in the upcoming general elections. She reminded listeners that PLP/CCM/PAM politicians came to the Mount Carmel Pentecostal Church on White Plains Road to get the support of nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis living in New York on several occasions. I listened to them talk at the press conference and I realize now that they all have this thing. Oh, how is it fair for those people from White Plains Road to come down and vote? They, Harris and Team Unity, forget that they came up to White Plains Road to campaign. You, Harris and Team Unity, forget you all came up to White Plains Road in New York and went down in a basement of the Mount Carmel Pentecostal Church and campaigned. They forget all that when they are down there, in St. Kitts and Nevis, now, they are asking at press conferences if it is fair for them to come down from White Plains Road in New York. Give me a break. It is the same White Plains people you, Harris and Team Unity, used in the last elections, said the caller. Asked by Knightle if she thinks there should be a residency requirement, she responded with a resounding no. Our requirement is our birth certificate. That is our residency requirement. It is a birth certificate. We born in St. Kitts, she said, quickly pointing out that the Spanish residents who all of a sudden Harris and Team Unity are hugging up and all the other people who ain't born in St. Kitts, will soon have more rights than people who born in St. Kitts. Our requirement is our birth certificate. That is our requirement. Asked further by the government-paid radio host if it is right for Kittitians to come home and vote and then leave, the well-known caller responded. Yes. Is the same way the Spanish who live in St. Kitts can vote and then pack up and leave and go back to their country the same way. What is the difference? They can vote and get up and leave also, Mr. Knightle.